Yo, what's going on everyone? In this video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin's price action on the medium time frame. To quickly recap, we have been discussing the possibility of a continued range here for a wave X for several weeks now, and I think that we may be continuing that narrative until a major resolution occurs. Otherwise, my bias still remains that we are working in a range before further downside for a possible ABC into that wave Y. In terms of the actual development of this triangle, it's quite clear from a market psychology standpoint that markets don't have any real preference of direction other than the small bouts of price action to the upside or downside, and that's what we're currently observing. Either way, it was still a presentable trading opportunity, and we are now trading around the $88,000 regions as I originally anticipated. As we're now trading around these regions, I think it's time to start exercising possible risk management strategies, as most of the move to the upside has now entered our lower spectrum of targets. So if we look at the actual real-time data, we did have an ABC to the upside just like we were originally anticipating, an ABC. We didn't get the major high of a wave C, however, it did put us in a corrective structure again for a wave X, as we did get a small ABC into a wave W, a triangle for wave X, and another ABC into a wave X here. That's our wave Y rather, for a larger wave X. And then we got an impulse off the lows, and just like I said, small bouts of price action to the upside and downside. This move here was impulsive, possibly putting us into a wave A, another three-wave corrective move here, and now we may be in that final resolution phase of that C wave of this ABC to the upside. So you can see from a top-down analysis, everything is starting to puzzle in together, and we may now be finishing up the final moves for how this WXY could be playing out, and it can still bring us up into these levels over here for a wave C of this upper boundary region. I did talk about the lower end of only being achieved around $88,000. It could still lead us up to that $92,000 before the actual pullback happens. But in case an actual pullback does happen, we do have Fibonacci equality for this ABC here at the 100% level. So if that happens, we have this dotted pathway where we just get that rejection here, and we may be working for what could be another triangle move here for a wave D to the downside. Now we do have possibly three components of this triangle, but further confirmation will be that D wave where we have four components of the triangle that could give us further confidence that this X wave is still in play as a possible triangle. Now this X wave can be extended further if we do get an impulse off the lows where we're maybe not seeing the resolution as a wave 1-2-1-2 to the upside. But again, at that point, I would say that's going to be bringing us into the bullish territory where we're going to be shifting our entire bias and just say that the WXY has completed entirely and this is the bottom of a wave 2. So if that happens, then we're going to be looking for higher levels, and this level here around $102,000 is going to be the absolute confirmation for what could be a very bullish level continuation to the upside to new all-time highs. But if that doesn't happen, again, an X wave can be also resolved as a possible expanded flat idea as a 3-3-5 sequence. But right now, since there are so many corrective overlaps in this beginning phase, it just doesn't seem like we're going to be working for the expanded flat idea as well. But I'm happy to be wrong in that regard as well, because the shorter time frames is not giving us enough information other than a possible corrective move as a WXY, and that may be fitting best as the possible triangle continuation as the narrative. So again, for that triangle narrative, anything up below this level here around the $94,000 is still going to give us that contracting nature of how that triangle is playing out. And the third component of that C wave is still pending, and a rejection around these levels is still on the tables. So make sure to exercise risk management. I think at this level here as a WXY is the most presentable scenario. And if we do get another three-wave pullback, that fourth component of that D wave is going to be giving us the major telltale story. So with that being said, that gives me the conclusion that we are working in a larger WXY. We still may have one more pending move to the downside to the $67,000 regions, to the $70,000 regions. As we do want to create some kind of level of symmetry between this partner leg and this partner leg, but we are happy to be wrong. And like I said, there is that possibility where the WXY has already completed and we may have this wave 2 already in place. Those are going to be explained at a different later date until we actually get that major resolution. So hopefully that was helpful. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.